everyone, and welcome to another Into the Void real review. This time we are reviewing Tron Ares, starring Jared Leto and Greta Lee. The latest entry in the Tron universe is out now, and one thing for sure is that anytime one of these comes out, you know you're in for a visual treat and for an auditory experience as well. The last Tron movie had stunning visual effects and a great soundtrack courtesy of Daft Punk. It didn't set the world on fire, and to be honest, the best thing coming out of that movie was Daft Punk's contribution to the movie. This time around, the soundtrack is composed by Nine Inch Nails. Once again, the soundtrack is the star of the show here. That isn't to say the look of the film is bad. Far from it. This is a visual feast as well for the eyes. It's a close second to the sound of this film, but that just says how great the soundtrack is, because every scene of this movie drips cyberpunk aesthetic splashed with everything looking like the inside of a computer. But what about the story, you ask? Slight spoiler warning here. Okay, let's go. The story involves Ares, a super soldier created by CEO of Dillinger Systems, Julian Dillinger, played by Evan Peters, who you may have seen him in the Dahmer iteration of the Monster series and has also been in several of the seasons of American Horror Story. Gillian Anderson makes an appearance here, as well as former CEO of the Dillinger Systems and mother of Julian. The story revolves around two companies, Encom and Dillinger Systems, racing each other to produce code known as the Permanence Code. The Permanence Code is essentially a code that can recreate digital data into actual things, like an orange tree that Eve and her partner recreate in the beginning part of the film. The trick is that they have never been able to keep the thing they recreate real for more than, I want to say, 29 minutes, which I could be wrong on that actual time, but it's in that time frame. When CEO Greta Lee's Eve Kim successfully recreates the Permanence Code with help of original visionary Kevin Flynn's work, things shift into high gear. Word gets out to Julian about her success, and he sends his army of super soldiers led by Ares to intercept the code from her. Eventually, Ares switches sides to help Eve, and this angers Julian even more, and he sends Athena, played by Jodie Turner-Smith, to catch them. Of course, the super soldiers can only last for a set predetermined time of 29 minutes. Once again, I apologize if I didn't get the exact time. Sometimes Tron Ares can feel like Terminator mixed with Blade Runner, which I totally vibed with. It's a masterclass in visuals, and the sound is truly out of this world. This is one of the few movies that will be much more enjoyable if you see it in 3D with Dolby Atmos pumping through the speakers. I don't think it will hit as hard as a movie you watch at home unless you have a great home theater setup. That being said, not all is good with Tron Ares. It does move at a breakneck speed, which does help speed the movie along and complements the chase mentality of it all. When the movie slows down, which isn't often, the seams reveal themselves. You don't want to examine Tron Ares too closely because it may crumble, and the producers of this movie wisely made sure to hide those cracks in the foundation. Looking closely, I don't think the characters have a lot to offer, but you know what? Most of the characters are not real and are just a digital representation of a program with a singular prime directive: to kill. So in a way, the story helps to fill in the cracks of a creaky foundation. I had fun with Tron Ares. I'm not a big Nine Inch Nails fan, but I am interested in listening to the soundtrack of this one because it's so good. Leto, I'm not usually a fan of, but here I did like him. Granted, it's a role that doesn't ask for a lot of articulation and emotion, so it's not a groundbreaking performance or anything like that. The sound and visuals are the stars of the show here, and Tron Ares really delivers. I'm not a big Tron fan, and I don't know the lore of it all, but this left me interested in what happens next. The movie does leave room for eventual sequels, and I know that will depend always on how lucrative this one is. I'm all for it, and I have to say I had my reservations for this one, but I came away mildly surprised at how good this was. I'm giving Tron Ares an 8 out of 10. So go see it in theaters where it really shines. Are you going to see Tron Ares? Let me know in the comments below. As always, like and subscribe if you want more of this stuff, and I will see you the next time we venture in the void.